When you were younger, did you receive bad advice from people that were either friends, family, teachers, or mentors? And when you got older, you discovered that they were bad pieces of advice? Well, in this video, I'm going to give you 7 bad pieces of advice that I received as a young man and how I overcame them. First piece of bad advice I received was just pray on it. Just pray on it is such horrible advice. I will be honest with you, and it has nothing to do with religion. The problem with just pray on it does not give you any actionable items. It makes you believe that you can just name it and claim it and blab it and grab it and it's there. It doesn't really work that way. As even the Bible says, faith without works is dead. You can pray and have faith all you want. If you are not doing anything to get to those desires, your prayers are not doing anything. I won't necessarily say it was bad advice, it was incomplete advice. What I've learned as a more mature adult is put the action in and pray about it, because just simply praying on it isn't doing anything. You have to put things in motion in order to be in the position to receive what you prayed for. Always be humble is another bad piece of advice.
No humility.
No humility. It's affirmations every day. Don't ever tell me to be humble, because I'm the only one that's going to tell myself I'm great. I'm not waiting for you to tell me I'm great.
I'm just going to be honest. One of the things that I hate the most about some people is false humility. False humility to me just comes off disingenuous, and you just seem untrustworthy, because if you cannot even shine your light in front of other people, who knows what else you are not being fully transparent about. So if you're good or great at something, it's okay to be that way. I'm not saying be boastful, arrogant, or even conceited, but I am saying acknowledge your good or your greatness. So that's right. Go ahead, stand on your accomplishments. There's no reason to be with your head down and say, oh, I'm just okay, I just got lucky. No, you worked hard for it, so be proud of it. And not acknowledging your own work to get to where you are is being very disingenuous, because it is not lucky. You got there on purpose. Luck only happens in action. You get lucky when you are in motion. Things don't just fall in your lap. Not the way life works. Don't be a quitter. For me, that meant just stick through it, thick and thin, no matter what. You have to learn when to quit and pivot in a different direction. Being in a toxic relationship is not a good thing. Quitting is a great thing. A toxic job that you hate or a toxic boss that you hate, quit. Make a plan so that you are in the position to be able to quit. Quitting at the first sign of adversity is not a good thing. Quitting is when you have figured out that this is going nowhere and my efforts are being wasted and it's time to pivot. Sometimes quitting is your best option, because you can use that wasted energy on something new that you can put that same effort and be successful in. Just be yourself. That's actually half advice. Just being yourself is good, but it's something that's important, whether it is a job interview, a business meeting, networking event, or if you're trying to meet someone of the opposite sex. Just be yourself isn't good enough. What should be said is be the best version of yourself. Be yourself, just like in normal conversation, a curse word or 3 may fly out. But if in a job interview, I'm not going to use those same words. I work at home, my default outfit is t-shirt and joggers. But if I'm going on a date, I should be the best version of myself. I'm going to put on a button up or put on a suit, depends on where we're going. I'm going to be the best version. I'm going to make sure that I look good, smell good, comb my hair, all the things that give off the best version of myself. If you're going to a job interview, don't just show up. Understand who the potential employer is and ask questions and give the best presentation of yourself instead of just walking in and being your everyday self. So again, that is incomplete advice. And even if you can do 1% every day, always try to self-improve and be the best version of yourself. They say money doesn't buy you happiness. Shit, the hell it don't. Money definitely buys happiness. And anyone that says that either doesn't have any or they didn't work very hard to get any. We know, we love the song, more money, more problems. You have more money and more problems, but you have different problems. Money problems and not having money problems are completely different. Not having money is you're not being able to meet basic needs. More money problems are taxes, employees, and typically higher expenses. They say money can't buy you happiness, but it sure as hell can rent it or lease it. Everything will be all right. Unfortunately, that's not really how life works. When things go awry or things are not optimal, you have to actually do something. This goes back to an earlier point. You must take action. While you can't control everything, there are things you can control. If, for example, you have bad credit, it's not going to work itself out. You have to either pay off your bills, do bankruptcy, or build your credit from the ground up. That is going to take a while, but it's something you have to do. Your credit is not going to automatically go to 750 or more. You have to grow it. If you break your arm, you can't just let it sit there and just magically go back in place. You might want to go to the hospital and have them fix it. So things don't just happen. You have to make them happen. So everything will not be okay if you're not doing anything. Only way things will be okay if you are taking action to make them so. Follow your heart and your passion, and the money will follow. Another bad piece of advice. That is not necessarily true. You may want to follow something that you're actually good at or have a skill set in. For example, I am not and never have been good at basketball. So just because I love playing basketball doesn't mean I should try to be a pro player. I don't have the height, athleticism, or the skill set to do any of it. So that's not necessarily the best idea. However, there are other things that I am very good at, and I followed those passions, and those have led me to success. Following your heart and how you feel are usually not good decision-making tools. Emotions and decision-making are rarely a good combination. When it comes to following your passion may be something that you have a complete skill set in. So just following what your passion is in your heart is not good enough. You have to follow the passion in things that you have a skill set in, or even build the skill set if that's possible. And if you have the aptitude, build the skill set to be able to make that your passion to follow. Well, that's my list of advice that was given to me as a young man that was pretty bad. However, it was well intended in most cases, but as life goes on, you get a little more insight into things. They weren't given to me to throw me off, it was just incomplete. Now that you've reached the end of this video, if you received some advice that was not optimal, go ahead and let me know what it was down in the comments. And hit that thumbs up, it really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you have not already, and hit that notification bell so that you will be notified every single time that I drop a new video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.